Seems pretty obvious, like how someone treats the homeless tells a lot about them, right? But it doesn't always get talked about, I don't think, because people are afraid to admit how they treat the homeless or what they think of the homeless. Oftentimes, I think it's you just drive by, don't make eye contact, don't give any money, and they fake feel bad for them or something. They don't ever do anything to help the homeless or vote to uplift the homeless in any policies, but they have this thing inside them that tells them they feel bad, I guess, which is one way. And then there's others that just down the homeless, insult them, say they're lazy, retarded, crazy, whatever insults. There's not many people that really go out into the street and help the homeless, but that I guess would be the third type. Going out and interacting with and living with, not like sleeping over or whatever, but spending the day with homeless people or having a real authentic experience with someone who's living on the street. So I think most people fall in one of these three categories. I've been homeless. I know what it's like to be hopeless and living on the street. No job opportunities, struggling with mental health, no one there to help me at all. So just trying to figure it out myself. To down someone who's in a situation like that, you really have to be a hollow, empty human being, just a shitty, low quality human being. And they come in all different colors and sexual orientations and genders and stuff like that too. The people that attack the homeless and hate the homeless people. Those that want those like spike strips installed on buildings and to shut down homeless encampments because they stink. They'll reference the smell or drugs or something that just goes along with generally being poor. So, yeah, it definitely says a lot about people, what they think of the homeless. And also those that they consider ugly, right? Like, I used to definitely look different, and now I don't have hair and my face is messed up because I've been through the working class, but I can sense a huge difference in how people used to treat me based on my looks versus now. I'm in similar physical shape. They just they act much differently towards me, and it's an age thing as well. But it's obviously Americans are super perverted and they're into like under 18 looking people. I think this crowd that's watching this probably knows that America is super perverted and gross and just abusive and oppressive and disgusting in pretty much every way for the most part. We don't need to really get into that. We're speaking more on like how people treat others. And so, I think it's a comparison that can be drawn between how people treat the homeless and how they treat those they're not attracted to. I think it's a similar sort of situation. And having been homeless and having been pretty versus ugly, I consider myself ugly now with like just the broken face and everything, just how people refer to me as, like not good looking. It's all right. I'm not complaining about it. It's just life. But I think that it tells a lot about what someone has inside them as a person, how they act towards them online, in person, with their money, in social situations, when it comes to business, when it comes to pleasure. They don't discriminate. They treat someone across the board in a genuine way with integrity. That's my favorite type of person, of course. Those that work for what they have, I think, are generally going to be more authentic. Those that have been handed everything their entire life are going to, of course, more likely to be the type that'll abuse those without a home and those that they don't consider attractive. They're just foul, low quality humans. But yeah, that's just a thought I had. I think a lot of times people will get caught up in how they treat like a certain race or a certain gender or an age, and they don't think about those who are living on the street and those who are not as attractive. I think it's a very important conversation to have, though, with someone you care about. If you really care about life, I guess, care about people, care about your, integrity and worth as a human. But that's absolutely up to you. You have your right as an American to be a piece of shit or not.